Hello, our citizens. Thank you for joining Brain Education TV. Today, we're going to focus on strength in our legs. We're going to work on our balance and the strength, which together help us to avoid injury, reduce pain, and be able to manage our life a little bit more. So we're going to get right into moving. So we're going to just start to walk in place gently. So start to get a feel for pumping the arms, moving the legs, start to get the blood flowing through the whole legs. Check in on your ankles, your knees, and your hips. Good. Try to straighten your spine, relax your shoulders, try to let go of the tension. If you've joined me in some of my other balance videos, you'll see the similar movements here, but this one we're going to focus more on a little bit longer hold and then building strength, and we'll show you some ways that we can change that up. So as we're starting to move a little faster, some of you may need to warm up a little bit more vigorously and maybe a little run, but you want to feel temperature change. You want to feel the movement through the body. Get yourself ready to really build that strength through the legs. Good. And then slowly come to a stop. Settle in. You want to feel the weight in both feet. Slide forward to the balls of your feet a little bit. Your heels should be slightly lighter than the balls of your feet. Feel your toes grab the earth. Toes, very important when it comes to balance to help us hold ourselves up. So I want to take my second chakra, my center, and I'm going to shift it over to my right leg. So as I bring my weight over, I'm going to bring my left leg in and I'm going to lift my left leg up. So I want to find this balance point. I want to keep my center over my foot. Now, when I look to build strength, we're going to hold a little bit. So the wobbles will come. I want to see if I can lift this leg a little. As you sink in a little lower, you can challenge yourself and make it a little bit harder or a little bit easier. As we start to build to hold to about 1 minute, we want to find the level that's challenging enough that makes us doubt if we can do it, but that we can grow that strength. If you make it too comfortable, it gets a little bit hard, it gets too difficult to change. So can I sink in a little bit deeper? Now, if it gets really hard, instead of quitting, I want to try to come out a little bit. If this leg is too hard to hold up, I can lower it a little bit. If I need to touch something, don't be afraid to use a wall, a chair, some kind of support. You're going to feel some challenge around the hip, around the knee, around the ankle. They'll start to tremble, they'll start to ache, they'll start to get very tired. So that's where you really start to build the change. And this is much harder than regular life, so we'll start to change a little bit more. So now I'm going to come out and then settle into both feet again. Feel how different the two legs feel. The one that just worked really hard, probably a little off. So we want to bring the weight over to the other side, sinking in. We're going to lift up the right leg again, and then it may feel very different. So can I lift my hip a little higher? Good. This is going to challenge my hip flexor area. Good. Can I sink in a little deeper? So I want to find, again, that challenging spot. The two sides might be similar. They might be very, very different. So adjust according to your condition. So sometimes this side for me is a lot more wobbly. So I need to maybe make it a little easier. I might need to have something to handle put my hand on, something to hold on to allow me to be able to make the full minute. Now the 1 minute is about my goal for building strength. If at the beginning you can't do 1 minute, that's okay. If it's 30 seconds, try to get to 40 seconds. Try to build that strength a little bit more. Now, I'm talking, I'm breathing, so it can be a little extra wobbly here. So you feel that leg start to get a little tired. Ease out, lower the leg, make it a little bit more comfortable, and now we're going to slide ourselves in. So now feel the difference. Legs should be a little bit more fatigued. That means when it's time to flow, we're going to get more value out of it. So we're going to move into one of our Tai Chi type postures that we use very regularly in some of our flows and some of our practice. So as I bring my weight over back to my right side, as I lift my left leg up, as my left leg comes up, my left hand is going to go down. My right hand is going to lift as high as I can. I want both palms facing the leg that's lifted and then a fist. Try to touch the earth, try to touch the ceiling. Feel that stretch. As your balance gets better and better, you can use this for the hold. And now as we flow, as I inhale, I'm gonna drop down, I'm gonna step out, I'm gonna shift my weight to the other foot, and I'm gonna switch my arms. X in front of me, and then switch my palms. Both palms facing the same direction. Make a fist, touch the ceiling, touch the floor, feel the length through your whole spine. And then as you breathe, inhale, you come down, step over. As you exhale, come up. So some of you will take a very narrow stance, very close together. Some of you will challenge yourself and go a little bit wider and find that level. So as I inhale, I travel over. As I exhale, I make myself very tall. So this will help me to become more aware of my center, to know when it's over my foot, to when I can have the strength to come up as tall as I can, sink in as deep as I can. By going a little bit taller, by sinking a little deeper, I start to build more and more strength. Now this movement should be a little bit more deep, a little bit more challenged than a lot of the stuff I might do in my day-to-day normal movements. That's what allows my day-to-day normal movements to become more easy. For me, this is where I started to reduce the pain in my ankles, in my knees. If I need help, hold on to something. If I need help, I can drag my foot more, but I want to try to get to the point where I need less and less. If this is too challenging, you can go back and try some of the balance videos that are going to help you build this strength. This focus is more on building this extra strength to help us to perform better in our day-to-day life, to help us reduce that pain around the joints. Good. So trying to breathe well. If you can smile the whole time, you get a little extra credit, especially as your legs start to get a little bit more sore, a little bit more heavy, a little bit more challenged. Good. We're going to do one more to each side. And then as we come back, bring your feet back to the shoulder width apart. Open your knees, lift your spine, and feel your legs. Do they feel warmer? Do you feel stronger in your stance? You might have some discomfort around the ankles, knees, or hips. As you start to build strength, you start to change the condition around the joints, around the ligaments and the tendons. As they improve, they're a little uncomfortable, a little bit of soreness, but over time, you start to feel much stronger. Balance becomes much better. Day-to-day movements become much more easy. Good. So we'll finish our practice today. We'll bring our feet together, hands on our abdomen, and thank you. Now, to expand your practice in brain education, check in the description and sign up for our email list. That will help you keep you up to date on our future lives, our future workshops, and all the different offerings from Brain Education TV.